the more I knew how to use some of the keys to the doors that I had. I knew how to use this key. I knew that if I was crying, I'm gonna tell you all a bunch of other stories that happened growing up and through my life. Like the mystery and the magic never stopped. Be communicating with God and loving God, it never stopped. So um, those keys open doors. So like you get into a relationship and you open yourself to that person, you love that person, and you feel a certain type of way that you haven't felt about anyone before. That is that person. You're giving that person a key, and that person with that key, they can use that key any way they like to. You would wish that they every time you use the key, that they're using it for the betterment of the both of you guys. But once you give people that key and giving a person relationship, a key in a relationship, that's the key to your heart. Your heart is the door to your emotions. It sends out feelings and a lot of other things. So when you give that person, when you give a person a key, that means you trust them with that key. You're giving a key to your door, your home, your house, your body, your mind, your body, and all that good stuff. So whenever they leave and they come back, they use the key, open the door, and there they are in. And once you give them a key, most of the time they can have the key for a long time, a lifetime. It all depends on how they work out, how they use that key. Now, if they use that key, they open up, and when they got into your heart, once they got it, they opened that door and they got in your heart, and a feeling became a negative feeling or a hurting feeling or a painful feeling. You decide that with this light that was revealed, because what happened was when they got opened the key, opened the door, and went to your heart, that light came on. And when that light came on, because sometimes this light can stay off. That light can stay off. And when that light is turned on, now you can see. But when you got that light off, that means that, remember, God is the one who created light. That means that you didn't even allow God into that relationship. You didn't even ask God, can they have that key to your heart and to your emotions before you even gave it to them. You just went off your own notions. They call that a fool when you just just jump into things and relationships and without even asking God. To mean that you are being a fool, because that's an important thing that you're giving someone. You're giving them a key to your emotions and your heart and your emotions. Once you give them a key to your emotions, that's literally, your emotions can control a lot of things what goes on. So instead of using your logic, your brain, from what you know and your logic is knowledge, and there's nothing wrong with using your emotions. That's if you locked in. That's if you use them towards God. Like a lot of times, if I'm ever crying or ever find myself emotional, most of the time I'm talking to God, or God is involved in relationships. It's rarely used unless I gave that key to someone and they broke my heart or something like that. I'm like, oh wow, I made a mistake, and I probably wouldn't even blame the other person. I blame myself, because I'm like, I'm the one who gave them that key. Why did I give them that key onto my heart? I'm supposed to have been smarter than that. So that's the way I'm probably thinking. So I'm crying. And then still when I'm crying, I'm using my emotions. I'm still using them towards God, towards the light, because now that I know, I have this knowledge of this. I read about it. Sometimes people read self-help books, but sometimes the knowledge comes right from within. That's what you call intelligence. Because what you know and what you find out, it becomes intelligence all of a sudden. Opposed to, you using your inner self. That's your inner intuition. And once you use your intelligence, that's using your intuition, that's using what you know, and you don't even have to be there. Say for instance, somebody doing something to you, you don't have to be there directly in front of them to know that they're doing this to you. You're using your intuition. You can't say, well, I feel this and I'm thinking this, because when you put the feeling and your logic together, that's when it becomes intuition, because using these inner things to come to a conclusion or come to something, and once you did something, see, because you can use your intuition and all of a sudden it'll appear. What you've been thinking, it will appear, and that's when the light has come on. And that light God will give you light, and all the time, God has always been around, giving you that light to these things that are going on, and you ignore the light. You like when you stay in the darkness. That is negative. That is devil energy, because the devil is in the dark. The devil wants you to be in the dark. That way, if you won't have any knowledge, intelligence, or wisdom about which way to go. I mean, I'm going in this relationship, which way to go? You'll be blind to yourself. You'll be blinding yourself to relationships that God did not tell you to get in. God told you to stay away from those. And you knew they were bad because the things that you were doing consist of the things that were not good. Like probably fornicating. That's having sex with someone that you're not married to. So if you having sex with someone that you're not married to, you do not see no light. There's no light in that at all. You can't blame that on God and say, God has told me to have mate with this person. And what's happening is that person is getting a light into your inner self, because your inner self, when they go inside you, that's in. They're going in you, in. So that's allowing their head, that other head, to go inside you. And even women, I think it's more powerful on the man's end, because a woman is just receiving. She's just open. That means she's open. This door is open right there. And once they come in there and see, once that head go in there and see what is in there, the head, not the man, they're not thinking with that type of head. It's the other head. It's like, oh wow, look at all these treasures. It looks like heaven in here. It even feels like heaven in here. Wow. I'm going to take over this. And so a woman will still continue. A woman will feel something, because once you allow someone in there, that's in what's inside of you, is your heart, is your everything that's in there. And so they already got the key. And so the woman have no control. And sometimes they'll steal that key, because you only have one key. You only have one key onto your heart. And then when you give that to somebody, that's giving away trust. That's a lot of love giving away and all that. So when you get that key away, you're giving that person dominion and power over you. That means they're taking your power. The power that you think you have, you don't really have it like you think you do. And so you will become confused in the head. You become unknowledgeable. You'll be walking, you'll be blinded. That person could go out and do anything, and you'll be wondering what's going on, or do this person love me? You'll be asking yourself these questions instead of knowing these questions. So knowing is knowing exactly what's going on right there. It's there. It's really happening. That means your light is, you're not in the dark about anything. That means you allow the light of God to work within you, and you're using that light. That means that you're taking this candle and you're walking through your dark house and you actually use it. Oh, I see this over here. Oh, what is that over there? Oh, that's a bee. That's a bud. That's whatever you see within that light. So if you're not using the light, that means you're not using God in your relationships. In a lot of these relationships, if you're not married, you're definitely not using God. I don't care how much you try to make it out that way, but that's really not what's going on. The truth is, you gave away your key, is your power, and you allow someone else to use this key right here to go into the doors all inside you, into your heart, and all these other things, and they became powerful, using your power against you. And so now you're confused, because you don't even have a key to open the door. You don't even have the key to your own heart. When that person leaves with that key, you can be brokenhearted. Every time that person is outside or away from you, you don't know what, you're confused and you're crying and you're hurt, because they have the power. They have your emotions. Your emotions allow you to do things that you don't do. You'll be going looking for that key, like, let me ride around and see, is this person here with my key, my heart. Your heart is broken. So you want to know everything about this person now. Now all of a sudden, you want to use the light. You want to use God information, your intuition, and all these other things to find out, who is this person that I really gave this key to, the key to my heart. And if that person go away and you don't see them for a long time, you were in the dark about what's going on. Now you're confused. Now that's the devil. That's how you know that's the devil that took your key. And that person that you gave your key and your heart to is not who you think it is. Okay? That's someone else that was sent by the devil, one of the devil's minions. And people will try all type of tricks and trades on you, and just to get this key, because they can see your light. Sometimes people don't even have their own light. They're not care. They have a light. It's all around them, and they're not using it. But the devil in this meeting seeing like, who is that? That must be one of God's children. That's one of God's. And they're watching you, and you don't even know that you're being watched by the enemy, because you don't even know that you have a light in your hand to use, because you be so focused on a relationship. You be so brokenhearted and focused on who got your key, who got my key, and because you don't know that person you've been in a relationship for 5 and 10 years with, even 6 months, 7 months, however. You giving that person your key, and that person is using that key, and you going around looking for that person. You stalking that person, like, who is this person? Let me see what's going on. And so people will try to outsmart you, and to take that key. How I know, because I've been in relationships where men once, and how I messed up, same thing you guys probably did. I opened myself. I opened my heart. I let them use the key, and I trusted them with that key. But once that I knew, because I wasn't working, even though they had the key, I never let them fully into the hard part. That's God. Well, I let God rule that part of me. So when I was in relationships, I wasn't necessarily loving with my heart. I was loving with my head. So my emotions couldn't get the best of me, because I was always like, I'm going to give you this key. Now I'm going to watch and see what you do with it. So I always watched. And the things that people say, the devil can be very cunning, like a con artist. And they will tell you things that get you head. And once they get you head, the body falls with it. Their body they can get in there. They can get in there and get anything they want, and into the toolbox, into the jewelry, because you're not using your light. What they telling you, you take it and run with it, and you're not using your intelligence and your knowledge. And when you use it, that means it's wisdom. That's when it becomes wisdom. And the wisdom turn into discernment, because some of these people are really, they cold at it. They can be with you for years, and you won't even know this person, or they don't care if it's family people. Oh, that's my family, that's my blood. That don't mean nothing. They put you in a family. Remember, God told Abraham, take you and your family, and you leave up out of your father's house, and you leave your family and go to a whole nother country where I will send you. Look it up in the Bible. Like I say, I'm a spiritual teacher, more likely, not religious. But definitely, that don't mean nothing about that being your family, your blood. You talk, oh, that's my blood, we got to stick together. That person, if that person is a liar, a thief, or whatever, they gossip and all that, the devil could easily use them. Yeah, the enemy could use them against you. So the enemy could use your own best friends, your own family. That's when you call nobody your best friend but God. You can use your own friends and family against you. And then once they get that key, he know how to get that key to your heart, because the enemy knows just who you love the most in your family. He knows just who you call your best friend. And they will give that key away if they're a liar, a thief, a gossiper, and all these crazy things, and fornicate, all these things, because they don't even have the key to their own heart. So how you gonna trust them with the key for you? You cannot let anybody get this key. And I'm gonna leave out with this. I know this was really quick and everything, even though it's 30 minutes. I know this is really quick, and I'm gonna continue this session off again in due time, because I don't want to go a whole hour with this whole thing, which I can easily give God a whole hour, but I don't want to throw too much upon you guys so fast. So I'm gonna leave it here, and I just want to, and it's gonna the next section probably be about the light, because there's a lot of things that can be brought out to the light. And remember, this key and this door, do not let anybody open this door or get this key to open this door unless God tell you to. These books is knowledge. This light right here is God. So that light is always the knowledge. The light is the knowledge. And that's what I'm gonna leave off right here with. And next time I talk to you guys, I'm gonna give you another session. By the way, this is BB Ministries, Blessed Beyond Earth, and with apostrophe. And I'll be talking to you guys again.